Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ blessed. Is Captain Emmanuel of IUIC Arkansas with another edition of 15 Minutes with the Captains. Today, we're going to discuss respect and disrespect in regards to children. All right? So let's open up with Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12. Respect and disrespect. Let's read that.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Was that it? All praise to the Most High. So the Bible says to honor your father and mother. We've heard that growing up. But what does that really mean? Can we get the definition of honor? Just Google the definition of honor. God says to honor your father and mother. All right? Let's put that on the screen.
Honor. High respect.
What does it say?
High respect.
So to honor your father and mother is to highly respect them. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. All right, go ahead.
Great esteem.
Great esteem. So now go to Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 11. Watch this.
The book of Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
There is a generation that curseth their father, and doth not bless their mother.
Well, damn. So we know and we've heard the commandment, the first commandment with promise, the first commandment that will let you know you're gonna get a long life if you do this, right? We've all heard it, but there's a generation that does the complete opposite of that. You understand?
Come on,
It's very
man.
dishonorable, disrespectful in regards to their parents. Guess what? That's the generation we living in today. All right? So now go to 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Let's bag it up in the New Testament. Read that.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves,
Read.
covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
What they gonna be in the last days?
Disobedient to parents.
So there's proof that this is this generation. Disobedient to parents. All right, so watch this. Let's go back to the law. Let's go to Exodus 21 and verse 17. How are some ways that children can dishonor or disrespect their parents, and where was the Lord's tolerance level towards it? Read that.
The book of Exodus chapter 21 verse 17.
Go ahead.
He that curseth his father or his mother.
So to curse your father and your mother is to disrespect them verbally, to wish evil upon them, right? If we had time, we could pull up about 20 TikTok videos of some disrespectful kids. Say anything to their parents. You understand? God said back then, if you curse your father or mother, you shall what?
Shall surely be put to death.
The Lord wasn't playing that. All right, jump up to verse 15.
Verse 15.
Go ahead.
And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death.
Because you see that level of disrespect on social media as well. Kids getting bold enough to lay hands on their parents. That's one of the highest forms of disrespect you could possibly do to your parents, right? So let's go to Deuteronomy 21. Let's see an actual scenario, you understand, being illustrated, because for him to say he that curseth his father or mother, he that smited his father or mother, right, shall be put to death. That means that things took place with that child in which the parents exercised discipline, and that discipline did not work. So that child just had to be purged. You understand? So let's see an example of that. Deuteronomy 21 verse 18.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son.
A what?
A stubborn and rebellious son.
A hard-headed, disobedient son. Read.
Which will not obey the voice of his father
Uh-huh.
or the voice of his mother. And that when they have chastened him.
When they are what?
When they have chastened
See,
him.
that's why you got to go precept upon precept. The parents always chasten the child first. You understand? Always exercise discipline to fix the error of the child, because foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, right? But this rebellious, stubborn son, he done been chastened. Read.
Will not hearken unto them.
But it's still hard-headed. Go ahead.
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city,
Read.
and unto the gate of his place.
You know what they say? It take a village. Go ahead.
And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious.
Read.
He will not obey our voice.
Watch this.
He is a glutton and a drunkard.
So this shows that this child has a little age to it, right? Perhaps a teenager or in its upper teens, because he's a glutton and a drunkard. All he do with the daddy say on Friday, always in the refrigerator. Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
Message.
But you don't want to do a damn thing we say. A lot of y'all got these disrespectful teenagers. They hit puberty, they get these hormones, and they get to acting and talking crazy. Let's see how they was dealt with under Moses. Read on.
Verse 21.
Come on.
And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones.
Damn. Read.
That he die.
Go ahead.
So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
So the Lord did not play that. He did not tolerate no disrespect when it came to children towards their parents. It was a no-go. All right, go to Proverbs 30 and verse 17. Now, we under the new covenant. We ain't stoning no kid today. You understand? But, discipline is applied. Well, Proverbs 30 and 17. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 17.
Come on.
The eye that mocketh at his father.
The eye that what?
Mocketh at his father.
That mocketh at his father. Mocking is disrespect. Read.
And despiseth to obey his mother.
And want to be rebellious. That's disrespectful. Come on.
The ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagles shall eat it.
So those evil eyes that child has towards his parents, the Bible says the birds shall pluck it out and eat it. Meaning what? He gonna be a carcass that's gonna be meat for the birds because his ass gonna be put to death. The Lord did not tolerate some rebellious, stubborn, disrespectful children.
Damn.
All right? So now go to Sirach chapter 3, verse 3. So, on the contrary, this is how we should be raising our children and instilling within our children to behave as in terms of respect towards their parents. Sirach 3, verse 3.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 3. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for sins.
So if you highly respect your father, that makes an atonement for sins. Go ahead.
Message.
And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
Right. So if you highly respect your mother, you'll be laying up treasure with God. Read on.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children. And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
Hey, you know that song? I think it's a Boosie song. You wonder why your child's so bad. You understand? Listen, a lot of y'all played with bad kids because you didn't honor your father or mother. You understand?
Message.
So that's something we gotta instill in our kids. Listen, if you want your kids to be righteous and honorable and so on and so forth, you have to be obedient. That's one of the generational curses that gotta be broken. Because we've been breeding some disrespectful kid these past few generations.
Come on now, dog.
You understand? Read on.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. And he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother.
Come on.
He that feareth the Lord will honor his father, and will do service unto his parents as to his masters.
Read.
Honor thy father and mother both in word and deed.
Because in the world, they know how to honor their father and mother in word. Dear mama, lady. We good at that.
Message.
But when it actually comes to obedience and respect, the deeds to reflect our honor, that's what we lack at. Understand? God said, honor your parents in word and deed. Read.
That a blessing may come upon thee from them.
So you can get a blessing from them. Now watch this. Go to Sirach 7 and 27.
I like that precept.
Let's read that.
The Book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 27.
Go ahead.
Honor thy father with thy whole heart.
Honor your father with your whole heart. Go ahead.
And forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
And don't forget what your mother went through to bring you into this world. Matter of fact, let's get the whole thing. Go to 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 27. These little kids, man, they don't be considering, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we don't be considering this stuff. And looking back, growing up, this is the wisdom that I wish I was taught from the scriptures, because it would have changed my outlook on how I dealt with my parents. All right, read that.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 27.
Go ahead.
But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in a country language of this manner: O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years.
So this woman carried you in her body for 9 months. I want you to tie damn basketball or duct tape a basketball to your stomach for a watermelon for 9 months and see how comfy that is for you. You understand? That's what your mama did for you. Read on.
And nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age.
Then not only that, she breastfed you, right? Or, you know, in the American Babylon, it's, you know. But hell, even if she did give you the formula, hell, she got up in the middle of the night, whipped it up, put it in the microwave. Hell, don't nobody feel like doing that. That's what she did for you when you was a little baby. All right?
Message.
Nourished thee and did what?
And brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
And she taught you how to count. She taught you how to tie your shoes. She taught you how to, you know what I'm saying? The fundamental things as a child. Potty training. You know how hard it is to potty train a child? I don't know how to do that. For real. There's some struggles. That's what your mama went through for you, but you don't consider that you hit puberty and you want to come home spending like £1 a week. What the hell? You need to be, all right? Disrespectful. Y'all got to consider these things. Go back to Sirach chapter 7. Read 28.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 28.
Go ahead.
Remember that thou wast begotten of them, and how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee?
It's no way in hell you can repay your father and mother for doing the activity to bring you into this world, as well as raised you when you were a helpless soul as a child. You didn't know how to walk, talk, you goo gaga. They held you, they carried you, they changed you, they did it. It's nothing you can do to repay them. You understand? Go to Tobit chapter 4. Tobit chapter 4, verse 3.
The book of Tobit.
You better put some respect on your damn parents' name. Hell wrong with you.
Y'all better take heed to this.
Read that.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
And when he had called him, he said, My son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life.
That's right. Read.
And do that which shall please her, and grieve her not.
Don't stress your mama out. The young black man good at that. Don't stress your mama out. Come on.
Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee.
Because their pregnancy is not a joke. Every time a woman faces the travail of childbirth, she is facing a chance of her dying, not making it out. You understand? That's a dangerous thing. That's what our mothers face for us. Go ahead.
When thou wast in her womb.
Read.
And when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave.
Go to Sirach chapter 3, verse 12. And this point, dealing with the parents, is going to segue into the next point. Watch this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
Right. So when daddy get old, now the tables turn. How you was a baby and he changed your diaper and he held your hand and so on and so forth. When our parents get old, we might have to take on those same responsibilities in assisting our parents through their everyday life, because their old and feeble state causes them to not be able to do the things that they had been through their adulthood. You understand? So that's when you step up as a child and show your appreciation in your deeds. Go ahead.
And if his understanding fail, Have patience with him.
Right, because you know you get old, you be forgetting stuff, you be seeing things that ain't there, and not seeing the things that are there. You understand? God said you better have patience with your daddy when he get a little senile. Go ahead.
And despise him not when thou art in thy full strength.
Read.
For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten.
Come on.
And instead of sins, it shall be added to build thee up.
That builds your heavenly resume with God. Read.
In the day of thine affliction, it shall be remembered. Thy sins also shall melt away, as the ice in the fair warm weather.
See, you can't tell me you don't want that right there. So you better look out for your damn daddy now. Go ahead.
He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer.
But if you forsake your father, you a blasphemer. Go ahead.
And he that angereth his mother is cursed of God.
Ooh-wee. So, hey, now watch this. Go to Leviticus 19:32 because it just dealt with looking out for your parents in their old age, right? When you do that, that puts you in a special regards to God. God will honor that. He will reward that when the time comes for you and you're going through a similar affliction. You understand? So it's a spirit that can get on you when you dealing with elderly people and things of that nature, and you think because you're young and strong that gives you some type of right to be disrespectful. God never tolerated the disrespect, not only of the parents, but of the elders. Let's read that law.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear thy God. I am the Lord.
So the Lord said, rise up and honor the hoary head, meaning the person with gray hairs, right? The elderly. They need a certain special type of respect paid unto them, right? Watch this. Go to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 5. It's important that we read that law, because going back to this generation, not only is it a generation that disrespects their parents, but also the elderly in general. Read that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another.
That's the state of our communities now. We oppressing each other. Read.
And every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
You see that? The child behaves proudly against the elderly. Read on.
And the base against the honorable.
So watch this. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 23. Let's get an example of when children acted proudly against the ancient. Read that.
The book of 2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him.
And what?
And mocked him.
And mocked him. Read on.
And said unto him, Go up, thou bald head.
So that's how you know he had a little age on him, because he was forehead bald. You know what I'm saying? So the kids mocked him like, you know, bald headed. You know what I'm saying? Disrespectful. Let's see how the Lord dealt with them. Read on.
Go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and 42 children of them.
Well, damn. The Lord did not play. Remember the scripture says, right, 39, the teeth of wild beasts, that's a spirit created for vengeance, for bad kids. In this context, the spirit was activated to judge those disrespectful kids. All right, go to Sirach 8, verse 6. We're almost done. Sirach 8, verse 6.
The book of Sirach, chapter 8 and verse 6.
No?
Dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old.
Right, because we got to be considerate of that thing. One day you're going to be old. One day you're going to have lived a life to where you feel like you deserve a certain level of respect from those that have not endured the perils that you have.
Message.
So a lot of our older lives, whether they're good or bad, it's a reflection of the respect that we paid to the elderly while we were young. So we have to keep that in mind in our youth, especially our children. We have to teach them that. Last scripture, Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 11.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
So these kids, they know what they be doing. Stop making excuses for them. Stop, oh, he don't know no better. And listen, if he able to comprehend and ask questions and things of that nature, if he has a comprehensible mind, then he or she needs to be held accountable for their disrespect towards the parents or towards the elderly. That has to be corrected, and they got to get right in the sight of God. They have to be respectful to their parents and to their elders. So, Lord's willing, y'all got something from that. Shalom, Most High in Christ bless.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, His word, His word, His word.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.